Hi guys, Colesy. Today I want to talk to you about the Steam Deck that's just been announced from Valve because it's a handheld PC in a way, just something that I have, I guess, some opinions about, and I want to hear your guys' opinions about it as well. So I'm going to just talk to you guys and say what I think to it, and then I want you guys to let me know in the comments whether you think I'm wrong, whether I am wrong about stuff, because I might be mistaken, and just what you guys think overall to the Steam Deck. It's what it's called. It's called a Steam Deck. I know there's a thing called a Stream Deck. I'm aware of that. That's one of my points, but let's just get into it and talk more about the Valve Steam Deck. So if you haven't seen this, it is a handheld PC. It looks very much like a Switch in style. You've got your controls at the side, screen in the middle, like a Switch. Problem number one that I dislike, because here's the thing, I don't think I like this. I don't think I'm a fan. I don't think I understand it. Well, I do understand it. I just don't like it. I don't think I like it. I don't know what other people feel like. I've spoken to Jake about it. He thinks it's kind of cool. I'm just like, I don't get it. I understand and I get that if you want to play handheld PC games, that's not strictly possible. Let's face it. There are options out there. There's like I think it's called a GPD Win. It's a little like, looks almost like a 3DS, like it's folding. But that's a full Windows 10 PC and it is capable of gaming. Those things have existed before. So I get that playing Steam games portably on the go is not really that possible. That's the selling feature of this, that you can play your Steam games, you can play your Steam library on the go, wherever you are. Take it with you, play it handheld. Personally, for me, it's not really something I'm interested in, I don't think, because I'm quite happy. I've got a Switch. I can play Switch games if I want to play something portably. I've got a phone. There are multiple different options of being able to stream games to your phone from an Xbox, from a PC, virtual computers, etc. So you can sort of do it. The Steam, I'm going to keep getting it confused with Stream Deck, by the way. The Steam Deck sort of makes that whole system simpler, I guess. If you want to play Steam games, PC games on the go, it's a simple system to do it because it's built for that. I don't think that many people would really want that. I might be wrong. That's why I'm doing this video. I want you guys to let me know in the comments and make this more of a discussion. Steam Deck, annoying name, because there's a thing called a Stream Deck, which is in very much of a similar market. It's not gaming related, but it's streaming related. It's related to gaming. It's confusing. That's a confusing name. You should have called it the Valve Deck or something like that. I don't care. Don't call it Steam Deck. I don't like. It's a terrible name, in my opinion. I think it's confusing. That's a tiny point. I get it, but it's an annoying thing. I don't like the look of it. I think it's ugly. Just look at this thing, right? It looks very much like a Switch. It's Switch-esque in its appearance, but it just looks real bulky and real just like uncomfortable to hold and play with. Like the way the controls are, I don't think that looks comfortable. I don't really get it. I think it's an ugly looking thing. I think the Switch has kind of a niceness about it. It has like a kind of almost a cuteness about it. Whereas this just looks like one of those bad add-on Bluetooth controllers that you put on your phone or something, or like it looks like you've bought two cheap knockoff Switch controllers, Switch Joy-Cons, and slid them onto your Switch, and they're just like real big chunky boys. So these two pads that you have are touch pads, I believe. I believe the screen is also touch screen. You got those two pads which are touch pads, so I guess if you're playing something that is not, you're playing a game that isn't controller supported, you're going to use those touch pads to use a mouse basically as a mouse input. And then obviously you've got the two analog sticks, you've got your buttons, your D-pad, you've got your X, Y, A, B buttons, and then on the back, so we've got two bumpers, two triggers, and then on the sort of inside of the back of the grip, you have two extra triggers, which is kind of like the Xbox Elite controllers, I guess. Yeah, I guess I've kind of got my main gripe out of the way, which is I don't really understand the necessity for it. I think PC gaming, like, we have laptops, they are portable. That's what they're for. Here's the other thing, right? Here's a reason where this beats out a laptop for gaming. So for your cheapest Steam Deck, Still hate using that name. The 64 gig version, which isn't a lot of storage, not a lot of storage at all, £349. So compared to a laptop, yes, this is cheaper. Now, I'm not saying you won't be able to go pick out a second-hand laptop. Let's face it, it's not going to be brand new. You're going to get a second-hand laptop for £349. You probably will. Will it game to the same extent that this will? Probably not, because this is, like I said, this is built to play games. That's what Steam's about. So they have thought about that, and I believe it is AMD based with its GPU and its CPU, and it should be able to run games nicely. I'd love to get my hands on this to try it out. Even though I don't understand it, I'd like to give it a go and see if maybe once I had it in my hands, whether it did feel better and whether I did start to understand, oh, this is cool that I can go and play whatever PC game I want to on the toilet. I don't know. So that's the cheapest one, 349. Then you got two more expensive ones with larger storage, 256 gig, 512. The storage gets faster and faster, by the way, so it's not just like more storage. The storage is actually better storage in terms of speed. Here we go. It's talking about the AMD APU. It's a Zen 2 with RDNA 2. I don't really know what that means. Believe that all the modern consoles are also using that. So the Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series S, and the PS5 are all running similar Zen 2 architecture stuff. Obviously, those are running a lot more cores of GPU. They're going to be faster. They're like actual full consoles. They're going to be better than this handheld machine. I'm sorry, that's the truth. If you thought this was going to like compare against even like the Series S, unfortunately, no, it's not going to be the same. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad experience or it's going to be bad. I think that it will play good. It will play these games. It will be a good experience. I just don't personally have the need for it, and I don't really like the look of it. Let's look at the tech specs briefly, because like I said, I did look at this yesterday in passing, and I would like to go over them more, and I feel like it's worth it. Right and left speakers on the front. We had a thingy on top here. Where is it? Headphone jack. So if you want to use headphones to not annoy everyone, I guess. 2 trackpads, a Steam button. Not sure what that will take you to, whether it will just take you back to the Steam homepage, I guess. I don't know. Quick access, thumbstick, D-pad, view. Okay, that's a view, and that's options. Again, not entirely sure what they will do without touching it and having a go with it myself. 2 mics. Don't know how good they'll sound. Who's to say? Your buttons, all that good stuff. On the top, you got those power buttons. Type-C port. I mean, that's sort of... Again, I'm glad that they went for a Type-C. I'd be really annoyed if they went cheaper than that and went for like a micro USB. That would suck. And then on the back, you got more. Oh, and it comes with a micro SD card slot. So that's good, actually. Well, the thing is, micro SD is not going to be as fast as like an NVMe SSD. Let's face it. It's, micro SD is not going to be that fast. But if you buy the cheaper version, then at least you can stick in a micro SD and get some more space. You're not going to run out of space. You can get pretty big micro SDs. I'm not entirely sure if it says what the limit is, but you can probably whack a good old bunch of storage in there. It's got 16 gig of RAM. It's good. It's got an AMD APU, 4-core, 8-thread CPU, and it's got 8 RDNA TCUs. Now, I don't really know what this means, but I'm assuming this means an 8-core GPU is what I'm sort of figuring that means. I could be wrong, and if I am, correct me in the comments. But I know that the other consoles, the PlayStations, the Xboxes, the PlayStation and the Xboxes have this same GPU, APU architecture, but they have a lot more of these cores. What else has it got? It's got a gyro. Talking of screen resolution, that's an important thing. It is 720p, basically. It's a 720p screen, which is sort of exactly what I expected when I saw it. I'm like, that's going to be a 720p screen. I'll be surprised if it's any higher than that, but I expected 720, and I expect 60 hertz, 60 FPS, and that's exactly what it is. It's a 60 hertz 720 display. So again, it's not really at the standard that we are used to, because I think everyone pretty much is used to 1080p gaming at this point, and even high refresh rates are becoming more and more common for people to have. But again, it's a different experience you're going for, I guess. And it's the same way, like if you watch a video on your phone, you can kind of watch that video in like 480p and it still looks fine because it's on a small screen. So even though it's 720p, I'm going to say it's going to look all right. It's going to be like decent looking. And the fact that it is 720p means that you are able to use this lower end hardware. It's not really lower end, but lower end compared to like a gaming PC. You're able to use that and still be able to play these games. Because you're playing them at 720p, it means that there's less for this device to have to render and do, because it's only 720. It's not running at 1080, 120 FPS or whatever. It does have Bluetooth, so you can connect a separate controller, which, why would you want to connect an extra controller? I don't know, because if you're going to use it like you would use a Switch, where you like stand it up and you play it like that, just get a computer, get a laptop. That's going to be not a great experience. And also, it has a controller connected to it, so why would you need to connect another controller? Are you going to play like split screen with your friends on this tiny 7-inch display? I don't think so. So I guess it's good to have the option. I just don't fully understand it. 40 watt USB-C, digital multi-channel audio via DisplayPort over USB-C. So this is another thing, talking about DisplayPort over USB-C. Expansion down here, it says micro SD. It's talking about the micro SDs that you can put in for more storage. It says external connectivity for controllers and displays. So we've already mentioned controllers. I guess, yes, you can plug in a controller via the USB-C that's on the Steam Deck. Fine. Here's where I get a little bit more confused, because it's talking about displays and it says up to 8K 60Hz or 4K 120Hz. What? There's no way. I don't really understand this, right? But the way that it reads to me, it sounds like you could plug this into like a 4K 120Hz TV via the USB-C, and you'd be able to play it on that TV at 4K 120Hz. And I don't believe in the slightest that it could run games at that with what it's made of, what its technical hardware specification is. I don't think that's happening. I don't think that the person that we just watched playing Jedi Fallen Order is going to plug this into their high refresh rate 4K TV and then play a beautifully smooth 4K 120Hz game of Jedi Fallen Order. I don't think it's got the power to do that. I don't think it has the power to do that. No. So that's confused me. So I'm intrigued by that, but also confused by that. So there we go. Yeah, so that's the Steam Deck from Valve. Again, I don't like the look of it. I don't think it looks comfortable. I don't think it looks nice. I get it. I know its use. I understand its use. I don't think I have that need for that. I don't know how many other people would want that. I'm quite happy playing on my PC as it is. And when I go somewhere else, I'm happy to take a Switch or a phone, or maybe just spend time not playing a game for once. I don't know. There are my thoughts on the Steam Deck. Oh, another thing that I should mention while I've just popped into my head, I don't know how it works with other games. So if you want to play, for example, Rocket League, and you don't have Rocket League already on Steam, it used to be on Steam, now it is on Epic Games. So if you don't have it on Steam now, I don't know if you're going to be able to play it on this, because it's on Epic Games and it's not on Steam. And I would assume that Steam would not make this with the ability to play on other stores. I don't know. Again, it's another thing. It's you can play PC games, but it is not a PC handheld. It's not got like Windows 10 on it. It's running Steam's own OS. So all the other things that you can do on a PC, you're not going to be able to do on this. The internals of this are good, and they're going to be able to play games well. It's a good little system, but I just don't get it. That's enough blabbering from me. That's just my little thoughts on the Steam Deck, not to be confused with the Stream Deck. Again, hate the name, but there we go. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let's make this a bit of a discussion. I'll be around in the comments to have a chat and see what we think to it. But yeah, strange little thing, but kind of cool in a way, I guess. Thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.